Alrighty, everybody. What is up, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back here to some coverage, you guys. We are picking up here on the active storm that's going on here tonight. We do have ourselves quite a large QLCS going on, which is basically just a big old squall line. Definitely has been quite an event so far. We have been seeing, sorry about the background audio there for a minute. But we have been seeing quite a bit of nasty activity here with this particular storm. And I'm a little bit concerned. I'm starting to grow a little bit more concerned for areas like southern Alabama because we do have the main line here, but we also have this, a few prefrontals trying to develop here, in southern Alabama. So I'm a little bit concerned about those cells. We're definitely going to need to look out for those here. But what's up, guys? Good to see you. What's up, Overbuilt? Hope you are well. What's up, Teresa? What's up? What's up, Muns? See, I'm located in Whitwell, Tennessee. I'm in the hospital because, unfortunately, my house would get cold. Let's see, a weak tornado. So I'm wondering if I'm safe to go home now. Well, I hope all is well. Let's see here. Whitwell, Tennessee. Let me pull this up real quickly. But it's good to see you guys. I know it's kind of a little scary right now, but we'll get through this. Yeah, Whitwell's fine. Yeah, the main line passed, and that's kind of the thing, guys, is that once the main line passes your area, the threat for severe weather pretty much goes through the roof. So we are not really seeing much of a, much of a concern after the main line rolls through. So you should be good. But anyways, what's up, Kim? Good to see you. What's up, Overbuilt? Let's see. Is Riceville, Tennessee good for the night? Here, let me pull this up real quick, and then we're going to look over at the tornado warning that we do have in effect. So, no, Riceville still is actually right ahead of the line. You're getting ready to get the worst of it now, here probably within the next, 20 minutes or so. So, definitely would recommend that you go indoors, stay away from windows. You're actually under a severe thunderstorm warning here for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. We could see some hail up to penny-sized on that storm. So definitely got to remain away from windows and stuff like that, which I definitely would recommend. What's up, Haley? Good to see ya. What's up, Mig? Good to see ya. Taylor says, let's see, how does 731 look for tomorrow? I'm not sure where 731 is. It's not a zip code. I think that's like the area code. I don't think that's a zip code. But anyways, yeah, let me know zip code and we'll look at it. But I do want to hop over here to the radar. We do have a tornado warning in effect for Beach Rice, let's see, Tunnel Springs, McWilliams, Pineapple, Oak Hill, and Snow Hill. This is in the lower portion of Alabama. This is the only tornado warning we have right now, which this does include the Monroe and the Wilcox area. So if you know anybody out there, give them a heads up, give them a call. I don't care, it's 3 a.m. You better call them, let them know that there is a tornado warning in place. So please be careful. Let's see. What's up, Aaronola? Good to see ya. Loud angry thunder. Yeah, it's a pretty nasty little storm here. I mean, if we pull up the full picture, I mean, look at it. It's a pretty nasty little line. You can see it goes all the way from literally northern Ohio all the way down to the Gulf Coast. I mean, it spans the entire, top to bottom of the U.S., all the way up to the Great Lakes here, which is pretty crazy. But Aaronola, I got your zip code here. Let me see. You're up in Louisiana. So, yeah, you're kind of going through the worst of it now. There's no tornado warnings. Matter of fact, there's not even any warnings in place for you. Other than a red flag warning and stuff like that. But, non-convective warnings. So, but we do actually have a special weather statement. We could see winds in excess of 40 miles an hour here on the storm. So, got to keep an eye out there for that there overall. Let's see. Richmond will be wild. Richmond's in a pretty good threat for severe weather here. Let's go ahead and pull that up, actually. Tomorrow, or I should really say today, we have a moderate risk, a level 4 severe weather threat for later on, going into this morning, into the afternoon and evening for today. I mean, that's a level 4 moderate for the Washington, D.C. area. This is actually where I was born and raised, up here in Prince William County, and the level 4 threat here. But yeah, level 4 goes all the way from pretty much central Maryland all the way down through Virginia, through North Carolina, and even into almost like north central, or I shouldn't say almost, it is into north central South Carolina as well. Now, tornado probability here for tomorrow or later today, we do have a 15% chance probability here in the red for tornadoes, so a pretty good shot out there. We have a 15% for the red, a 10% for the yellow, a 5% for the brown, and of course the 2% for the marginal risk area here, that low level 1 threat. So We definitely got to keep an eye out there for it. Now, given that we do have a really big hatch risk area here, I know a lot of you guys are kind of a little iffy on the new system here that the SPC has. But this dashed area means that we possibly could see possible tornadoes, upwards of EF2 strength, up to EF2. Now, that's in theory. Of course, we could actually have stronger. We actually could have stronger tornadoes being possible, but mainly speaking, we're expecting tornadoes to be pretty much between EF0 and EF2 tomorrow. But, given the strong kinematics, the strong wind shear, good moisture advection for these areas, and, Cape is okay. You could have some local environments where, that might be, a little bit more of a concern, maybe for even stronger tornadoes. We'll have to see. We can't rule them out above EF2, that's for sure. Anyways, let's see. How am I doing this evening? I'm doing all right. I'm hanging in there. Hopefully you're doing good yourself. What's up, Ruby? Good to see ya. All right, Taylor. There we go. That's a zip code. I can look at that one for you. But yeah, the main threat's actually going to be, this is not pulling up a U.S. zip code. This is either for Indonesia or Lithuania. This is not in the U.S. Check your zip code. I'm not sure what's going on there. But yeah, for tomorrow, really the main thing we got to look out for is the damaging wind threat here. We have not a 45, a 60% chance probability for damaging winds here for tomorrow. Which that is definitely a really big concern. That does expand, through portions of central Maryland down in through Virginia, North Carolina, portions of South Carolina here. We do have that 60% chance probability here, for damaging winds. Now, it is a SIG level 1 risk here, and basically what that does mean is that, we could see some damaging winds, possibly upwards of 75 miles per hour or so on the line. We could definitely see some really, really strong winds out of it, and, given that it is a 60% chance probability, I mean, that's a pretty good shot, for damaging wind potential. So we'll definitely keep an eye on it. But yeah, 60% chance probability here in that purple. We have a 45% chance in the pink color. We have a 30% chance in the red, a 15% chance in the yellow, and a 5% chance in the brown. So, the hot spots you can kind of see, as we get higher and higher up, you can kind of see where that main risk is there. Let's see here. What's up, Douglas? Good to see you, dude. Do I think there'll be a tornado in Riceville, Tennessee? The odds are extremely low. But yeah, I think Riceville, we just looked at that a minute ago, right? You were right up on that line. So, but you're not in a warning right now. The only people who's in a tornado warning right now is for Monroe and Wilcox County in Alabama, which includes McWilliams, Pineapple, Oak Hill, Snow Hill, Beat Rice, and Tunnel Springs area. Let's see here. Overbuilt says, I'm in Kingston, zip code here. It's about to go on top of me in Tennessee. Gotcha. Here, let me look at your area real quickly. We'll see what we got going on for you. Yeah, you are under a severe warning for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. Penny hail. Yeah, hail's not really much of a concern right now. This is mostly damaging winds. Actually, a majority of the line is warned for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. We do have one storm here in Kentucky that's actually in the warning here for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, including Hazard. We have, is it Hayden, I think it is, Harlan, Everts, let's see here, Cowwood, and Path Fork area. So that's where we do have the severe thunderstorm warning in effect. This is actually for eastern Kentucky right now with the strongest ones. Let's see here. Well, as you know, I'm in southeastern Michigan. How's it looking for us? So let me pull up your zip code. I think you guys are good for the most part. Yeah, main line's already kind of rolled through your area. You just have a little bit of precipitation out here, and nothing really big. Let's see here. What's up, Roachy? Good to see you. What's up? Have a little bunker room thing ready in case of a tornado. Good. Glad to hear it. Glad to see that you are, glad to see that you're preparing for it for sure. Good morning, Candy. Good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Good morning, Bryson. Hope you're doing good. Haley, I don't know. It's up to SPC, honestly. Let's see. MK says, "Am I gonna get hit? Where are you at? Oh, you're in Jersey. Jersey does have a tornado threat for later today. Yeah. Here, let's bring up our tornado threat. It is pretty low though. For Western New Jersey, we do have a 2% chance. That does include, like, let's see, is that by Trenton or that's? think that's west of Trenton, right? Where is? Hold on. I got to figure out where Trenton's at. Because for some reason this map does not. You see how tiny Trenton is, even though it's a big city. Yeah, Trenton's actually outside of that, but yeah, barely, little 2%, but still, it is a possibility. Main thing's gonna be damaging wind gusts. Let's see here. Dennis says, glad to see you tonight. What can I tell us about South Mississippi? Good to see you too, man. So South Mississippi, actually the majority of the threat is mostly done for Mississippi. We do have the line still kind of rolling through. It just passed through Hattiesburg area. But right now, there's not a lot of warnings really in effect for Tennessee. Sorry, not Tennessee, Mississippi. So, the line's going to continue moving eastward. We're actually coming up on, New Augusta right now for Mississippi, Brooklyn, Poplarville. We do have, Wiggins, Lucedale, Pascagoula, Bay St. Louis area. They still have yet to get the storm here. But, when it comes to it, we definitely need to keep an eye on it. Just because it's not warned does not mean it's not strong. There's definitely some really strong winds still going on within this storm at the moment. We do actually have quite a few special weather statements saying that we could actually see some, not necessarily damaging winds, but wind gusts upwards of 50, which is really honestly not far from it. So, yeah, definitely got to keep an eye on Mississippi. But like I mentioned for everybody, for the most part, once this line pushes through, once that line goes through you and you get on the backside of that line, your severe weather threat will pretty much go away. And the reason being is because, the potential for surface-based storms goes out the window because of our lower levels changing, the temperatures on the surface, the dew points on the surface. You got to remember that these storms really use the moisture at our surface levels. And once that cold front pushes through, the moisture will no longer be really available for the storms, and therefore it kind of sweeps away the environment. And eventually our mid-levels will change with the cold front and stuff, but, just really it's on that line and above, ahead of the line, is really where you need to keep an eye on. Let's see here. Frankie says, how's Live Oak, Florida looking? It's a little ways away right now. We actually do have a few storms in Tallahassee area. See, Live Oak, Florida. Yeah, you're good right now. But yeah, for later on, we do actually have a level 2 slight risk. They actually expanded that down even towards me here in Lakeland, so I got to keep an eye on it too. But for Live Oak, we do have that level 2, 5% SIG level 1 tornado threat, 5% chance for a tornado within a 25-mile radius of you, and that SIG level 1 indicates potential tornado strength up to EF2. Now, in terms of damaging winds, we do have a 15% wind threat here. We're non-SIG, though. That doesn't mean that they're not going to be anything significant. Not anything, strong is what I meant to say, or severe. We are still expecting the potential for damaging winds, upwards of 60 miles per hour. So, absolutely being possible. It's a 15% chance out there. We, believe it or not, do have a little bit of a hail threat here as well. It's a pretty big risk area, but the probability is pretty low. We just have a 5% chance. For the most part, damaging winds is the main concern, following closely behind tornadoes being a bit of an issue. So, yeah. And then, of course, up here in Wisconsin, we got all this severe weather going on down to the south, but up here in Wisconsin, we actually have blizzard warnings. We're expecting a lot of snow out here for some of these regions. We're talking a good, 1 to 2 feet in some spots. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy system here that we do have. I actually do want to bring up the Mesoanalysis real quickly to kind of show you guys, what we're looking at here. So this is really the system. Our central low right now is down to 986 millibars. Definitely quite a strong low. And you can see these ISO bars out over by Iowa. You see how they're really compact, these lines here. So that's those lines represent areas of equal pressure. So basically you can see, the closer you get to the center of that low, the further you go, that's where the lowest pressure is. And you can see that they're pretty compact out here, telling us that the pressure is changing quite dramatically over a short distance, which is really kicking up some strong winds, even behind the front, which a lot of these areas are definitely seeing some pretty strong stuff here. So definitely got to, keep an eye out there for that as well. Let's see here. Let me get to some more of these questions. Good morning, Silverado. Good to see you. Let's see. Candy wants me to pull up a zip code. Absolutely. Yeah, let's see what we got going on for you. You're up in Ohio. You're up here by Zanesville area. Gotcha. So right now the line is just to your west. We do not really have any warnings in effect right now. Honestly, here, let's bring you guys back over here for a minute. The line doesn't look very strong over here. I mean, it's not severe just west of you, but we still got to keep an eye on it, honestly. But for your specific area right now, I'm not seeing too much of a concern. But that line is slowly approaching you. But honestly, it doesn't look really anything significant or anything really severe right now. But that could change. I mean, you're in the risk after all, so. Let's see here. How's Rome, Georgia? Let me pull up Rome, Georgia. By the way, guys, if you are enjoying this, be sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. All right, Rome, Georgia. We do have a tornado watch in effect here for the next 3 hours, but the line is still a little bit northwest of you. If we hop on back over here, you can see there's Rome, Georgia right here. There is a severe thunderstorm warning on this storm just to your northwest for areas near Somerville, more for like Lafayette and like Ringgold, some of those areas for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And as the system rolls through, I mean, there's a good chance that you could be involved in a warning eventually. So definitely got to prepare for damaging wind potential. If you have anything loose outside, this really goes to everybody who's in these warnings here, or not just in the warnings, but ahead. And if you can do so safely before the line approaches, bring in anything that you have that's loose on your porches or whatever, because you don't want, for one, you don't want to damage or lose your property. But two, it could actually become a hazard to others by having a lot of, things blowing around and stuff like that. So that's another thing that I'd recommend, just making sure that you, making sure that you essentially bring in those items, which would definitely be a good idea. Let's see. I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina. How's it looking for us? I'm terrified. Don't be terrified. It'll be all right. So we do have a threat, I believe. Here, let's hop back over here. So yeah, Wilmington's in a level 3 threat. Is that enhanced risk? I mean, we'll definitely need to keep an eye on it, and I'll probably do some coverage for it. We do have a 10% tornado threat. Even a freeze watch, which is kind of crazy. Once we get on the backside of that cold front, we could actually get to, freezing temps out here. But yeah, we do have a 10% chance for tornadoes, basically saying that within a 25-mile radius around you in Wilmington, there is a 10% chance of a tornado dropping. And given that it is a SIG level 1 risk, that means that, tornado potential in terms of strength could be upwards to, EF2 or so. Which, we'll have to see. I mean, the odds of you still specifically seeing a tornado is pretty low, so try not to worry yourself too much over it. That's just what the SPC has for you. Now, the main thing, honestly, I believe is going to be damaging winds. We do have a 30% chance probability for damaging wind potential out here. We're talking possible wind gusts upwards of, a good maybe 75 miles per hour, given it's a SIG level 1 risk here. Definitely could see some strong wind gusts. That's what you got to really look out for, in my opinion. And of course, we do have hail, which is a 5%, relatively low end risk here. If we did get hail, it would likely remain between 1 to 1.5 inches in diameter. So, hail's not going to be too much of a concern. We can't rule it out completely, but the main concerns definitely goes as follows: damaging winds, tornadoes, then hail. So, anyways, but be careful. It'll be all right. We'll get through this. Let's see here. All right, I'm going to scroll down a little bit. I'm a little bit behind on the chat. I apologize. Let's see here. What's up, Risa? Is that how you say your name? Saying Andrew, or hi, Andrew. Thanks for being on. Of course. See, my line's on the doorstep. Can I see? It looks like a lot of distant lightning. Can I check on the wind speeds coming? Absolutely. Stay safe out there, my friend. Let's see. You are in that severe thunderstorm warning here. If we bring up our radar. Yeah, we do have this warning. This is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny hail. So what I would recommend doing is, going indoors, of course. Don't be outside for this. Go indoors, stay away from windows, and you should be fine. You should be good. It'll probably sound a little crazy out there for a little bit. It'll probably be a little crazy, the winds and stuff. But right now it's warned for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So, winds are not expected to be sustained or constant at 60 miles per hour, but they could gust, meaning they could peak up to 60 for usually a couple seconds. This is a gust. What winds could peak to for, a couple seconds. They usually don't last long. Gusts don't usually last very long. But definitely got to keep an eye on it, though. Definitely got to keep an eye on it. What's up, really tired mom? Good to see you. Hope you're doing good. Let me pull up your zip code here. You are also in Georgia, not too far away. Still a little ways away from the line here, but definitely want you to keep an eye out there for it, for sure. You're not included in that tornado watch or anything like that, but still, it doesn't mean that there's not going to be any potential for, any tornadoes or, damaging winds or anything like that. Speaking of tornadoes here, let's take a moment real quickly to hop back to our current tornado warning in effect for Monroe and Wilcox County. This includes the Beat Rice area, McWilliams, and Pineapple. So heads up to you guys. We have 8 minutes. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located over Beat Rice, or 17 miles south of Camden, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. Unfortunately, the radar is kind of far away, which makes it a little bit tricky here. The closest one we got is the one up here in up there by let's see, where is that? That's up here by Saginaw area. Yeah, this is the KBMX radar. I mean, we're scanning a good 9,000 feet up. This is our closest radar we have. So it's a little far away. So our data we're getting is a little iffy. It's a little high up, but still, just to be safe, we do have a tornado warning in effect here for Pineapple, McWilliams, and Beat Rice area. So heads up to you guys. What's up, Carrot? Good to see ya. Candy says thank you. Of course, of course. Sarah Ann wants me to look at a zip code. Of course. Let me pull this up for you. Let me get this for you, my friend. Let's hop back over here. It's up in Michigan. Oh, you're good. You're good. Well, from severe weather. We do have an ice storm warning in effect, though. See significant icing. Additional accumulations up to 1 inch. Ice accumulations around 4/10 of an inch. Wow, that's definitely enough to cause power outages and stuff. Power outages and tree damage are likely due to ice. Yeah. Please don't go out anywhere. I would definitely not recommend it. It'd be pretty dangerous going out in those conditions. So definitely quite a bit of ice expected here. Is that Radar Omega? No, I don't use Radar Omega anymore. All right, let's see here. Is Washington, D.C. going to get hit bad? Yeah, there's a potential. So if we hop back over here to the Outlook, the day one. So D.C.'s actually in a moderate risk. It's not every day you really see this. I mean, it's pretty rare to see the D.C. area in a moderate risk. But we got one. We do. And it's actually a pretty big concern, too. The D.C. area, we do have a 60% chance probability for damaging wind gusts. And it is a SIG level 1. So basically what that means is that, okay, so say you live in Washington, D.C., for example. Within a 25-mile radius around you, there is a 60% chance of seeing damaging winds within that radius, and given it's a SIG level 1 risk, means potential wind gusts could be upwards of 75 miles per hour or so. So the probability of seeing damaging winds is very high, given it's a very much intact line. And just given the potential and stuff, and also, we could see some pretty strong wind gusts out of it as well. So, anyways, so for South Carolina, the wind will be the main threat. Yes, it will be the main threat, but there also is a bit of a tornado threat too. If we hop back down, you can see that, yeah, South Carolina is in a pretty decent tornado threat as well. So not just damaging winds, but tornadoes as well. Let's see here. Hey, man, remember me from the other night? How is Scotland, North Carolina looking? I do. What's up? Good to see ya. Here, let's pull up Scotland area. Scotland. Is it called Scotland Neck? Huh. This is up in North Carolina. Actually, you're in the 15% tornado threat for tomorrow. Yep. So there's a 15% chance probability of a tornado touching down within a 25-mile radius around you. We do have a 60% chance for damaging wind potential, though. That's what I'm saying. That's a pretty good concern for damaging wind gusts. I would highly recommend now, since you're far ahead of the line still, if you have anything outside, I'm going to say this probably a lot tonight, but if you have anything that's loose outside, lawn furniture, plants, I mean, just anything that could easily be picked up by strong winds and blown around, bring it indoors. Would heavily recommend it because, these winds are pretty strong. They're potentially going to be pretty strong on this line here. So I would definitely recommend that you bring in anything that's loose outside. But yeah, 15% tornado threat, pretty decent probability. I know it's still unlikely you'll see one specifically, but, given the actual risk here, it's still there. But yeah, 60% chance for damaging winds. That's actually pushing the probability of most or kind of likely to see damaging winds within a 25-mile radius of you. So please be careful. And then we have a little 5% hail threat. Hail threat's really little. Let's see here. Silverado. I got you, dude. Let me pull this up for you. You're up in Pennsylvania. Okay. Yep. You do have yourself a enhanced risk out here. That is a 45% wind threat. It is not a non-sig risk though. So mostly the wind gust could be potentially upwards of 60 miles per hour. So that's for damaging winds. Now for tornado probability, we do have a 5% chance for tornadoes out there. So definitely keep an eye on it. Tabletop, we actually just went over the Wilmington area, but I'll do it again. So Wilmington is in a level 3 enhanced risk here. We have a 10% significant tornado risk here. We have ourselves a 30% wind threat and a 5% hail threat here. So, got to keep an eye on it. All right, let's hop back over here to the tornado warning we have in effect here. We do have a tornado warning in effect. This includes McWilliams, Beet Rise, Pineapple, and Oak Hill. Actually, did include Oak Hill. They just actually removed that area from the warning here. So, that is no longer there. For Oak Hill, but we do have 3 minutes left on the warning altogether. So, we don't have too much longer. But that does include Pineapple, McWilliams, and Beet Rise area. So, heads up to you guys. Let's see. Mama Bear says, how bad is it looking for Hilton's, Virginia zip code? Grab that. Let's see. I know storms are getting super close to my area. Okay, gotcha. Let me pull it up. Let me pull up your zip code here. So, we do have, let's see. All right, let's load up our composite so we can just kind of see where the line is. Okay, it's still a little ways out, but it'll be hitting within the next few hours for sure. You are in that not tornado watch. You're in that severe thunderstorm watch for the next 4 hours. Now, given the line strength right now, there's actually warnings here for 70 miles an hour. So what I'd have to say is, there's a good possibility you could be involved in some warnings within the next few hours. Just given the line and overall the strength and stuff like that. We'll just have to see, because this is going to be capable of 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts. Now, we'll definitely keep an eye on it, and make sure you have a way to receive warnings. If there is a warning that does get issued, make sure that you have a way to receive a warning. There's a lot of phone apps out there that'll do it. Or if you have a weather radio, which I know a lot of you guys probably do, recommend turning it on, making sure that it's actually working and has good batteries and stuff like that. So. Let's see. Dan says, sitting here in Auburn, Alabama area waiting the storms. Let's see. Thanks for keeping live going. You're very welcome, Dan. You're very welcome. All right, let's see here. I'm definitely a little bit behind in the chats. I really apologize. Let's see here. Let me get down here. How is Chillicothe, Ohio? Is that how you say that? Let me pull it up here real quickly. Okay. Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay, so we do have the line rolling through right now, although it's sub-severe at the moment. But I definitely recommend staying indoors, away from windows. You're not in a warning or anything at the moment because of it. So, what's up, Jack? Good to see you, man. Saying, good morning. Could I give me an ETA in Damascus? Or sorry, not Damascus. Demarest, Georgia. Of course. I have to get to class at 9 a.m. Wonder if I should just stay home. I hear you. Let me pull it up for you. So this is kind of like northeastern. It's going to be a little bit before you get it. Let me pull up the models real quickly. We'll bring you guys over here with me. So for precipitation, we'll do composite reflectivity. Let's see. We'll also load up the HRRR as well. Got to get the HER going. HRRR. All right, we have the 060, so this should be recent. This is like a brand new run essentially. It shows it kind of rolling through by your area, maybe between 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. So you said that you got to leave at 9. It should be passing through. It should be passed through by 9, I would think. This is showing 9 a.m. You can see the majority of the line would be east of you. That's your call, man. That's your call. But you got to think there could be some trees down and stuff like that you got to look out for. So that's a call totally up to you. What's up, Weather on the Go? Good to see you, dude. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing good. Let's see. This is definitely most conditional moderate risk I've seen. Messy storm mode, likely ongoing storms Monday morning. Heck of a mid-level jet on negative tilt drop. Yes, it is crazy. Did you see that mid-level? Or I guess you did. Over 100 knots is that mid-level jet. That is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. They canceled school today. Yeah, actually, the school that I used to go to, they have a 2-hour. They're pulling students out 2 hours early because of it. Which, whenever I was going to school, I never, ever had a day where they pulled me out of school because of that. I mean, for snow, yes, but, well, they don't pull me out. But, for snow, they did. But for severe weather, I've never had that moment. That was crazy to see. Silverado says, thank you. Of course, no problem, dude. What time frames is tabletop? It'll be later on. So there's a bunch of prefrontals that could develop here through the kind of mid to later morning for you, and then the main line should kind of roll through maybe maybe the mid later afternoon. So I can't tell you a specific time because there could be a bunch of pop-up storms here. How's Carrollton, Georgia looking? Let me look for you. What's up, Christy? Good to see you, my friend. Let's see here. So for Carrollton, we are okay. All right, so we're still a little bit ahead of the line. Give the line a couple of hours, and it'll be out there. Let's see here, because I mean, yeah, we're starting to approach into Georgia now with the storm. So yeah, your main threat's going to be, looking out for potential of damaging wind gusts, mostly between 60 upwards of 70 miles an hour. So it's possible. But anyways, definitely. Let's see here, Jacqueline. Thank you so much for the $5 on Cash App. Hopefully, I'm saying your name right. I'm so sorry. Saying, let's see, for the weather update. Thank you. You are very welcome. That is really nice of you. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. How's Augusta County looking? Thank you for live streaming this. Of course. What state is that? Here, I'll figure it out. Augusta County, Alabama, I think. This is where it brought me. Out by like Prattville area. So this is showing, so we are in a tornado watch here. Let's hop you guys back over here. So this is a tornado watch in effect for the next hour. The line is approaching. We actually do have a couple of prefrontal storms, so you could get a few little showers or storms, before the main line approaches. It'll still be, at least a little bit before you get the main line. But yeah, so really, you got to look out for potential for, some strong winds, and we do have potential for tornadoes as well. Unfortunately, matter of fact, we do have a tornado warning to the south out by Greenville and Pine Apple area. Radar indicated threat, hail up to 1.25 inches in diameter here. So yeah, definitely got to keep an eye on it. We do have a freeze warning in effect as well. I'll let you know on that. There's going to be some pretty cold conditions behind it, because it's just such a strong cold front. It's crazy. Anyways. Let's see here. How is Fort Payne? Let me pull it up here. Sorry, guys, I'm a little bit behind in the chat. Like I said, there's a lot of people here tonight, and I'm going to do my best to help you guys out to the best of my ability. So, let's see. This is up in Alabama. Okay, Fort Payne's good. Yeah, the main line has kind of already rolled through. That's the thing, is once the main line pushes through, the threat is over. Because, like I mentioned, at your lower levels, at your surface, you start losing moisture. The storms feed off moisture. There's no longer much moisture. Your temperatures and your dew points cool off quickly behind a cold front. So, the potential for surface-based storms pretty much go away. And there's not really going to be much of a concern behind the line overall. So, yeah, this area is pretty much good to go. Mun's really... That meme is dead, bro. Jack says, I appreciate you. Maybe delay, but I'm definitely not driving. Yeah, I would definitely not, advise driving in that. Absolutely not. Elizabeth wants me to look at a zip code. Let's see here. When will storms hit me and how bad will they be? Let me see. It's up in Tennessee. Gotcha. All right. I believe, let's see. Let me look at the day one. Yeah, you're in the marginal equivalent of the severe weather threat here. So it'll be a little bit longer before you do get them. So models, they kind of suggest, this is just a rough estimate, so take this with a grain of salt here, but this shows about 6 to 8, maybe 6 to 9 a.m. or so. I mean, I'm giving it a little bit of wiggle room here. It'll be somewhere between 6 and 9 o'clock in the morning. I mean, it's a pretty early line. Let's see. I can't believe I fell asleep early and just woke up. Is there any confirmation of tornadoes from last night? I'm not too sure. I just got on here. Let's see, about a little over a half hour ago. Yeah, I was wanting to cover night shift here for you guys. So, let's see here. Tammy says, "Thank you." Of course, you're very welcome. GR says, "Waiting for it to come through West Point, Georgia." Can I give you a look / prediction of how bad it might be? Of course, dude. Gotcha. Let me pull this up here. So we're already over here. Okay. So yeah, we are in the marginal risk equivalent over here. So yeah, the line is a little bit to the west still. I mean, it's still going to be a little bit before we get there. You're outside of that watch area overall. So, but bottom line, we do have potential for some damaging wind gusts and stuff like that. I think that's really going to be your main threat. This is a potential for damaging winds and stuff like that. We could see some gusts upwards of 60 miles per hour or so. So that is kind of what we're looking at. I mean, it still is a little bit to the west of you can kind of see here. So it'll be at least an hour or so before that line does approach. A couple hours probably. But like I mentioned before, though, is once that main line pushes through you, your threat for severe weather pretty much goes away. So, anyways. All right. But anyways, I live in Riceville, Tennessee. When can I go to bed? Let me pull up Riceville again for you. Let's see here. Riceville. Yeah, you're actually right on it right now. So what I'd recommend doing is, staying away from windows, of course. You're not in any tornado warning or anything like that, but you are under a severe thunderstorm warning for 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So we are expecting about 60 mile an hour winds on here. So what I recommend doing is going indoors, staying away from windows, and just waiting for the line to pass. And once it does, then you'll be pretty much good to go. So, but it's literally about to hit like any second now, really. So, let's see. I think the main line's passed and I'm alive. Hey, that's a good thing. Definitely happy for that. Let's see here. We did get some hail too. Really? Was it? I'm sure it was probably pretty small hail. Yeah, we're not expecting really too big of hail right now. Better yet, even tomorrow or later today, I should say. But goodness, I'm not surprised that there was some hail on it. But goodness. Let's see here. Wolf says, "What is Knoxville looking like?" Let's pull up Knoxville. Here we'll pull up. Where's Knoxville? I know where this is at, but I'm having one of those moments. Knoxville. Oh, that's right. You guys are right here. Okay, so Knoxville's actually right about to get the storm here. And you can see, looking at my radar, Knoxville's right on the line. We are under a severe thunderstorm warning for the next 36 minutes. So the potential on this storm here is for 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So what that means is that a lot of people get this mixed up. A lot of people think that 60 mile an hour wind gusts is sustained constant winds of 60 miles an hour. That could be far from the truth. What this really means is that the winds could briefly peak up to 60 miles per hour. And what I mean by that is just typically for a few seconds. They could go up to 60 or so. So that's really the main thing. 60 mile per hour wind gusts. We do have penny hail, which is 0.75 inches, which that's not even classified as severe hail. So that's least of your concern, honestly. But yeah, main thing is just looking out for those strong winds. And like I said, for everybody, just make sure you're indoors, away from windows and stuff like that, and you should be good to go. So let's see here. Sully says, "Yo, loving the content. Do I think the Greensboro, North Carolina will be bad and win? Thanks, man." Well, I appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much, Sully. Let me pull up Greensboro, North Carolina. So you want me to look at how bad it will be, and I had like a southern accent there. Did you guys hear that? How bad it will be? I don't even know where that came from. Let's see, and win. Okay, I got you, my friend. Let me pull this up for you. I honestly don't even know where that came from. All right, so you're in the, ooh, you know what? You're right between the enhanced risk and the moderate, actually. You're right there in the enhanced, though. So tornado probability has you a 10% chance probability of seeing a tornado within a 25-mile radius around you. It is a SIG level 1 potential for tornadoes up to EF2 in strength. That's not, that's by theory. I mean, in theory, it could even be higher than that, but we're expecting them to be right around EF2 or so. So in terms of damaging winds, we do have a 45% SIG level 1 damaging wind risk here. That's a pretty high potential for damaging winds. 45% chance to be exact here within a 25-mile radius of you. And we could see some of those gusts being quite strong, possibly upwards of 75 miles per hour or so. So definitely seeing some really strong winds and stuff like that potentially with this storm here. So please be careful on that. Now, hail, we just have a little 5%. So hail is not going to be too much of a problem. Main concerns, definitely damaging winds following, that tornado threat there. So, Christy coming in with the 5 gifted. Oh my goodness, Christy, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it, friend. Thank you so much, Christy. Y'all, please give Christy a big thank you, especially if you got a membership from Christy. It'd be much appreciated. But thanks, Christy. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Hello, does anyone have any updates on Chattanooga? I can pull it up for you. I think Chattanooga is pretty much good at this point. Oh, we have a new tornado warning in effect for Dalton, Georgia. Radar indicated threat. Okay, we have 18 minutes on that. So yeah, heads up to our folks in Dalton, Georgia. But for Chattanooga, the main line, the main line's already passed, you guys. Really the main thing, like we mentioned, is just getting that line. Once you get that line, and once that line passes over you, that threat for severe weather pretty much just goes out the window, really, because your surface temperatures drop, and your moisture content drops, which is needed for the storms and stuff like that. So that really kind of goes away once that line passes through. So Chattanooga is pretty good right now. So let's see here. Is Louisa, is that how you say it? Kentucky under a tornado warning? I don't think so. Nope. We do have a tornado watch. Or sorry, severe thunderstorm watch. My bad. No, not a tornado watch. Severe thunderstorm watch. But yeah, no tornado warning. The line is still a little bit behind you. It'll still be a little bit before it gets to you. John says, "Hi, Andrew. You're my favorite weather person to watch when bad weather happens in Riceville." Well, I appreciate it, my friend. Appreciate it. Yeah, once that line passes through, you should be good to go. Am I using WeatherWise? Yes. Yep. Mixture of Aguacero, WeatherWise, and GR2 Analyst. I got the whole barrage here. Let's see. Is it currently weakening at least a little bit in East Tennessee? It's forecasted to a little bit. You guys are not nearly as strong of a threat as what we've seen earlier today, as well as what we're going to see later on today. Yeah. So, Chrissy says, no problem. It's good to be up, to date and aware, especially when the season. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I need to do more member content for you guys. I feel like we don't do enough of that. Actually, we haven't done that in forever. So definitely need to step that up a little bit. Let's see, camera shaking a lot. What camera? My camera? Is it shaking? Could be from my mouse. My wire's right on my camera. Let's see. Can I ask what website that is? This is Aguacero, the one I'm zooming in and out of. It's aguacerowx.com. I even have a code in the bottom right, NWW20, 20% off your first month. And this one's GR2 Analyst, and then this one's WeatherWise. Let's see. Starshine, I just look myself. I honestly don't follow anybody else, really. I mean, I have the capability of forecasting my own weather, so I don't need to rely on anybody else for it. Let's see. Elizabeth says, thank you. My son gets really scared. I'm glad you're live at 3:45. It'll be all right. Tell your son that it'll be okay. We'll get through it. It's I know it's a little scary, but we'll pull out of it. It'll be all right. How's it look for East Tennessee around Cleveland? We'll pull this up here. Cleveland, Tennessee. Ooh, yeah, Cleveland's actually in it right now. We do have a warning: 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny hail. Yeah, but like I said, penny hail is kind of the least of the concerns right now. The main threat's 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts on this one. Let's see. Starting to rain in Riceville. Yeah, so John, that's your main line right there. And once it stops raining, dude, your main threat will be over with. Roach said the traffic camera. I thought you were talking about my camera. Yeah. Let's see here. Ringgold, Georgia, got some loud thunder. We are shaking. Let me look. Let me see what we got going on in there. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're that's crazy. You guys, the last two people are literally right next to each other. You guys could be neighbors. Probably not. Anyways, but we do have a severe warning in here as well. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, same thing, 0.75-inch hail. But anyways, y'all, if y'all have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. We are here to help. That's what I'm here for. I want to make sure y'all are staying weather aware. We do have a couple tornado warnings in effect right now, though. We do have one up here in northwest Georgia for Dalton and Warring. So heads up to you guys. We have 13 minutes on that one. And we have another tornado warning here in Alabama for the Greenville Forest Home area. You can see that rotation east of Pineapple and McWilliams here. What about Andersonville, Tennessee? We're going to find out if my thing will let me copy your question. There we go. All right. Andersonville, Tennessee. So you're pretty much good. The main line's already pushed through, my friend. Good to go. Yeah, like I said, the main thing is, guys, is that main line. And like I said, once that main line pushes through, then that, potential for severe weather pretty much goes out the window, essentially. So let's see here. Wheatfield County? Yes. Yeah. Or Whitfield County. I think it's Whitfield County. Let's see. How will I be in Raleigh, North Carolina? Let's see here. Tomorrow. And do I think that the threat could be further upgraded? I'm not going to put anything on if it's going to be upgraded or not, because that's strictly up to the SPC. We do not associate with them, but you should go off of them for official outlooks. However, Raleigh, as of now, is in the moderate, the level 4 threat, so a pretty decent shot for severe weather. We do have a 15% tornado risk here, SIG level 1. Let's see here, damaging wind threat. We do have that 60% chance probability here, so we could see some strong winds. That's kind of the main threat here. And then, of course, tornadoes, pretty decent concern as well. Down here we do have some pretty good moisture. We're pulling up a lot more water vapor here from the Gulf, so it's applying more moisture to the storms, and we still do have some really strong kinematics, strong wind shear through the atmosphere out here. Hail threat 5%, so hail is kind of the least of your concern. Let's see. Rochi, we're not going to get into that right now, dude. Right now, we're just mostly telling people what we can expect. Chris, do you want me to look at Mount Vernon, Kentucky? Of course. Shoot, it's the least I could do. Mount Vernon is actually good. Yeah, the main line's already passed through ya. You guys are just kind of left in some light, moderate rainfall. Yeah, not really anything big. Yeah, there's going to be a little bit more rain behind the main line for a lot of people, but not really going to be anything too crazy after that main line. Do I think the Greensboro will get worse? Or do I think Greenville will get worse of the storm at what time? Was that Greensboro, North Carolina, I believe? Let me see. Greensboro, North Carolina. We are... Yeah, you're in that level 3 enhanced risk here. We do have that 10% tornado risk here. 45% wind threat. You're not in the worst, but you're near some of the biggest areas. So yeah, definitely need you to keep an eye on it here. Let me pull up the thingy here. So timing wise, so there could be a few prefrontals, a few storms firing off here, kind of later morning, but the main line doesn't roll through your area until pretty much the late morning, I'd say between 9 and 11 o'clock or so. Ashes says, thanks for everything you do, Andrew. Of course, no problem. No problem. With the cold front being ahead of schedule, could today bust? No. Storm being ahead of schedule will not determine if it busts or not. See here. Blake says, thank you. Of course. Of course. Chattanooga's already good. And Tennessee. Okay, you guys already got your line. What about Spartanburg, South Carolina? Let me look, and we'll see what we got going on here. Spartanburg's into level 2. Level 2 threat. The line is just, it's still pretty far away from you. Kind of similar. You know, it seems like the line's going to be rolling through kind of the later morning overall. Let's see. So I'm planning on chasing today. Should I still go or not? I would not recommend it, especially in an event like this, mostly straight line winds, and given the terrain of the Appalachian Mountains, would not recommend it personally. Storm chasing is dangerous regardless. I mean, even the most professionals can have a little bit of problems every now and then. This type of event I would highly recommend against. I wouldn't personally. What about Macon? Macon Bacon. All right, so Macon's still a little bit of ways away from the line here. I believe y'all are in a level 2. Yep, level 2, slight risk for Macon area. Let's see here. So we do have a 5% tornado threat here. SIG level 1, potential strength up to EF2, in theory. Of course, there could be stronger tornadoes. You know, we don't know for sure. But we're expecting them to be up to EF2. Now, in terms of damaging winds, we do have a 15% risk out there in Macon. Possible wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour or so. And in terms of hail, we do have a 5% hail threat. So, let's see here. Oh my goodness. No way. We have I Hate Space coming in with a $20 super chat. No way, dude. Thank you so much, man. Saying 150 watching, only 60 likes. Hit the like, it's free, helps the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell. Thank you so much, my friend. That is really nice of you. That helps me out a ton. Thank you so much here. That is really, really sweet of you. Huge, massive shout out to I Hate Space. I don't know why you hate space, but thanks for the 20, friend. I appreciate it. I really do. It means a lot. It really helps out. Let's see. Can I please focus on the area in the red storm? What? The moderate? Are you talking about the moderate risk? Do I see any tornadoes in Ewing, Virginia? So the threat probably exists because it is for a lot of Virginia. Actually, you know what? Ewing's far west. You're in a severe thunderstorm warning for 60 mile per hour wind gusts, but no tornado warnings. And looking at composites, you're just ahead of the line here. I mean, the line's getting ready to hit you pretty soon. But where we stand right now, there is no tornado warning in effect. What about Dalton? Dalton actually has a tornado warning, or did have a tornado warning. Actually, still does. Yeah, still does. It was just small. I couldn't see it there for a minute. Yeah, Dalton still got that tornado warning in effect for about 6 minutes. So make sure you're in your safe spot. Let's see here. The Jessica coming in with a 20 as well. No way, my friend. Thank you so much. Saying, Andy, I really appreciate you taking the night shift. I'm closer to the Alabama, Florida, Georgia line. And the new SPC has us in slight versus enhanced, but it's in that weird time between day one. Oh, yeah, gotcha. Please take care of yourself as you take care of us all. Thank you, Jessica. I appreciate it. Thank you for the 20. Thank you, guys. Thank you all very, very much. It really means a lot to me. It helps me out a ton. Firebird, we already said that Chattanooga's good, man. Yeah, you asked that a little bit ago. But yeah, no, Chattanooga, the main line is already passed through, so Chattanooga's good. Good to go. But once again, big shout out goes to Jessica for the $20, my friend. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Really, really do. Let's see. Is this a normal weather pattern? Yeah, it is. I mean, we're getting close to spring. I mean, this is pretty typical. Although I will say this, though. We did get a pretty early start, from what I believe. I mean, we literally as soon as we hit March, dude, it went crazy. It just started we started getting outlooks of, or we just started getting event after event, essentially. We're throwing on the shades. I gotta I'm not doing that to look cool. I'm doing it so my eyes don't go crazy with all these monitors. I have 5 monitors, and it hurts my eyes after a while, so that's why I'm putting them on. I promise it's not look cool, even though I do, but nah, I'm kidding. Let's see. What's up, Scott? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Princeton, Alabama power outage. What, you're in a power outage? Is that where you're at? Hey, you know what we could do? That reminds me. We can actually pull up the power outage map here. Let's see. Ooh, yeah. There you go. Here's power outage map. Texas has 50,000 people out. Louisiana has 18,000. 18,000 for Arkansas. 46,000 Mississippi. 21,000 Alabama. 32 Tennessee. 35,000 Kentucky. Quite a few, especially Michigan. Wow. 108,000 people. Goodness. Chrissy says Florida. Oh, that's right. Duh. I had a dumb moment. I apologize. I knew that. What am I saying? Chase for content, save lives, setup's worth it. Yeah, I appreciate you helping out, but please be careful, dude. This is not the optimal chase that I would want to hunt for, personally. Because, I mean, squall lines, they're one thing. You know, you got embedded rain wrap tornado potential, which can make them very difficult to see. Plus, the terrain out here is, you know, kind of mountainous. It can make it a little bit tricky. See, so glad from East Tennessee with tornadoes. See, not most common because so we got them. Yeah. Let's see. I Hate Space coming in with the support again. Category 1 membership, my friend. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I still don't know why you hate space, but nah, thanks, friend. I appreciate it. I really, really, really do. But anyways, let's hop on back over here. So yeah, once again, y'all, we do have Dalton here in Northwest Georgia in that tornado warning. We only have 2 minutes left, so we are about to lose that warning here pretty soon. Let's see. We also have another tornado warning out here in Alabama still. This one's for Manningham, Ridgeville, Spring Hill, Fort Dale, which we have about 17 minutes left on that one. So be sure y'all are in your safe spots for sure. See, I promise I'll be careful. I know what I'm doing, man. Thanks for looking out. No problem, dude. No problem. Just looking out for a brother, you know? Let's see. John, yeah, Riceville, once the line passes, once it stops raining, you should be good. Apparently there was rotation somewhere in Rocky Face, Georgia. That's really confirmed. What, like right now? Here, let me pull this up real quickly. Rocky Face, Georgia. Oh, yeah. Yep, this is a tornado warned area. This is out by the Dalton area we were talking about. Yeah. Although we only have a minute left on the warning. We'll see if they extend that or not. We'll have to just keep an eye on it. What's up, Games? I saw Zombie in there. What's up, Games? Good to see ya. Say hi, guys. Came on to see the weather's going. I'm a little worried. Eastern North Carolina. Good morning. It'll be all right. I can understand the being a little worried, but it'll be all right. We'll get through it. But it's good to have you here, friend. Hope you're doing well. Ashley says, Andrew, seriously, thank you for what you do. Most are not awake covering the storms night/morning, but you always do. Thank you. No problem. Christy coming in with a 20, dude. No way, man. Oh my goodness. Christy, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for the kind love and support, my friend. That goes to everybody who supported us. I mean, literally everybody just being here. I really appreciate y'all. I really appreciate it. Seriously, thank you for that, Christy. That's really nice of you. How's Cleveland looking? Cleveland right now. We'll pull up our radar. Hey, let's hop back over here. Cleveland's still ahead of the line. I believe Cleveland's in a pretty low threat, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, Cleveland's out of that risk area. Yeah. We do actually have a severe thunderstorm warning heading in towards Cleveland, though. Let's see, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts on this, and penny hail, 0.75 inches. So, yeah, I mean, that storm is tracking its way towards there. I mean, Cleveland should keep an eye on it. Ashes says, Andrew, seriously, thank you for what you do. I literally just read that. You're welcome, though. You're welcome. Let's see here. How's Knoxville, Tennessee looking? Let me pull up Knoxville. Knoxville, Tennessee. Oh, yeah, Knoxville's kind of going through the line right now. We do have a warning for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. I would recommend that you are away from windows right now. Like I said, though, once this line passes through, then you'll pretty much be good to go. So, but yeah, you are in a warning for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, so keep an eye out there for that. Let's see. My windows were blown out. I'm guessing it was wind gusts. Definitely. Whoa, that's crazy. Yeah, but given these these winds here, I mean, it can't be ruled out. Like I said, everybody ahead of the line, I'd recommend that you, if you have anything loose outside, like we mentioned, bring it indoors. Definitely would recommend it. Definitely would. How's Eastern Kentucky looking? We still got a few storms rolling through right now. Actually, some of these I believe are for 70, or they were. They must have downgraded them. Yeah, so they're down for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts right now, coming up towards like Prestonsburg area, Paintsville, Whitesburg area. Got a line of warnings out there. Let's see. Free Thinking coming in with a 10, my friend. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Good to see you as always, friend. Saying, hey, Andrew, as soon as I come on, you were talking about Macon. Well, there you go. It was meant to be. What is my YouTube doing? Hold on. Do you guys see this? You see the comment on her super chat? What is it doing? It's going between 1 and 2. Or 1, 2, and 3 now. Anyways, Free Thinking, thank you. I appreciate it, friend. YouTube. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, once again, thank you, Free Thinking. I appreciate it. Let's see. Good morning, Scott. Good to see ya. So you're just staying up, keep an eye out for South Mississippi this morning. Thanks for all you do. No problem, dude. I got you. South Mississippi's almost out of the event completely. We don't really have too much more to go for South Mississippi. We still have like Gulfport and stuff like that to go through. Not even any severe warnings for South Mississippi right now. I think Mississippi's threat's pretty much mostly over at this point. So, anyways, Elizabeth says yours doing the same. I don't know what it's doing, man. It might still doing. Who knows? Do I have blue screen glasses? I do not. I need to get me some, but I kind of look like a nerd if I do. I mean, I accept the title. I mean, I am a weather nerd. I will say that, but no. But honestly, these aviators do pretty good. Like I said, I'm not wearing these look cool, even though I do, of course. No, I'm just playing. But they do help keep my eyes, because they really get strained over a long time of staring at all these monitors, because literally my whole peripheral vision is just monitors. So it can be a lot. See, Ryan says, boy, this weather system covers over 1,500 kilometers. Yeah, it's a big storm. It's a real big storm, all the way from the Gulf Coast up to the Great Lakes. So, yeah. Do I think we can zoom out, look at the whole map for those? Yeah, of course. Of course. So, actually, let's hop back over here. We'll show you the whole line for right now. You can see that we do have this really big line. And this literally goes all the way up from, like I said, the Great Lakes over here by northern Ohio. Then cutting down through... we have a new radar scan coming through, so give it a second. Through eastern Kentucky. We do have eastern Tennessee as well. Northwestern Georgia. Yeah, Georgia's starting to get the event here. We also have central Alabama. southern Mississippi and a little bit of southeastern Louisiana here right now. So you can kind of see where that's at. But we do have what I'm mostly concerned about here. There's actually a warned storm over here, this discrete cell. That's the fact that, we are seeing a little bit of discrete storms popping off here. A few storms, that are firing off ahead of the cold front, which, could also be a bit of a concern, for tornadoes and stuff like that. And then, of course, the main line will come through and like I said, once the main line, I mentioned this a lot. I'm going to probably continue to mention it a lot in the stream. But yeah, once the main line pushes through, your threat for severe weather pretty much goes out the window, essentially. Because like I said, your lower levels change and potential for surface-based storms is over. So what I mean by surface-based storms is because these storm systems, they get a lot of their moisture from the surface because it's most dense down there. Once the cold front pushes through, it kind of cools down the area. Dew points lower as well. Overall moisture capacity drops quite a bit. So, you live in Rice. I keep hearing about your rice bill, man. Nah, man. Like I said, you're good. You're good to go, man. You're good. Is the blue? See the black of this, or the blue in the back of the storm snow? There is, but this is not snow, or it is, but not on this color table here. Here, let me bring up the precip type and reflectivity here, wherever it's at. If I can even find it, it's literally right there. My cursor's at. You know what though? Actually, I did the wrong thing. Hold up, hold up. I apologize. There we go. There we go. So now you can see where the snow is. It's quite snowy on the system too. I mean, we do have a lot of snow through portions of Wisconsin and Illinois. A bit of ice even for portions like like northern Michigan. So, all right. See you later, Starshine. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Are we good in Rocky Face / Dalton? Yes, the warning or the tornado warning for Dalton has been canceled. That is no longer in effect. However, we still do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. So, still got to keep an eye out for the gusty winds on that line. There still is that potential. But yeah, as far as the tornado warning, you are good to come out of your shelter, but still would recommend definitely being indoors away from windows. Absolutely. Let's see here. Thank you. Of course. No problem, friend. No problem at all. But yeah, we do have a lot of warnings on here. We do have a couple of tornado warnings still. One of them is actually here, I believe is that a new warning, actually? We actually have two for Alabama here. Let's see here. The one tornado warning is in effect for Fort Deposit area. This is for, of course, tornado and also 0.75 inch hail. So that includes Fort Deposit area. Make sure you're in your shelters here. Clover Hill, Logan, Callhounds, Sandy Ridge, Ellis Crossroads, and Flatwoods. That's where that one's at. And then the other one, here, let's pull that one up as well. Oh, literally just two. Okay, it's one warned storm, but it's two separate warnings. So the way they have the polygon, it's just for two county warning areas. It's another weather service taking a hold, I believe, of that tornado warning. So, anyways, how's my family doing? My family's doing okay. Yeah, they're good. They're sleeping. Which I wish the storm would be over so I could be sleeping, but let's see here. Is Cleveland, Tennessee good? I believe here. Yeah, Cleveland, Tennessee should be good. The main line of storms has already kind of rolled through here, so we are good to go. Check out West Fort Deposit. Here near Pineapple area of rotation. Let me look. Let me see here. So Fort Deposit, Alabama. Oh yeah, that's where they have that tornado warning in effect here. Yeah. what counts as the main line for Tennessee. The main line is this guy, the main line, which for you, where you were talking about your area, it's already rolled through for the most part. So thank you. My baby woke up from the thunder. I got to use her back to sleep. All. You're very welcome, my friend. How's South Carolina going to look? We do have a pretty big risk here for South Carolina. Depends what part you're in, but we do have a moderate up there in the Florence region, by like Chesterfield, Camden, Florence. We do have a moderate risk out there for severe weather, which is a pretty big concern for storms. That's a 15% tornado probability in the red, 10% in the yellow there. And of course, we do have the wind probability. Purple's a 60% chance, which that's a pretty good shot for damaging wind potential. The purple is for 60, the pink's for 45, green, yes, red's green. Red is for 30%, 15 for the yellow here. So, is Florida going to be impacted later? Yes, we will. So actually, if we hop back to the Florida, this actually includes me and you, because you're out by Tampa, right? We do have the level 2 slight risk out there. So yeah, this is going to impact a lot of northern and central Florida, with the level 2. But I mean, the level 1 marginal goes all the way to the Florida Keys. So yes, majority of Florida has potential for for some damaging storm potential here. So definitely going to keep an eye on that. Let's see. Rock Hill. Let me pull up Rock Hill. Rock Hill. You, my friend. Yeah, you're in the level 3 out here in Rock Hill. 10% tornado risk here, 45% wind threat, and 5% hail. What's up, STN? Good to see you, dude. Clearwater. Gotcha. Yeah, I knew it was somewhere out there. Does the line in Ohio look messy to you? Yeah, definitely. We can definitely see we're lacking instability out there. Yeah, it's a little different, further up north, because we do have less instability. We have strong wind shear. I mean, stronger wind shear up here in Ohio because we're closer to that central low. Stronger wind shear, less instability, less moisture, this high up north latitude. Now, further south, we have more moisture. We're closer to the Gulf here, supplying more moisture, higher dew points, better for storms overall. But we also have more instability, steeper lapse rates, and stuff like that. So, yeah, it definitely is a little bit more broken up towards the north, just mostly due to the fact that we have less instability, less moisture out there. Anonymous says, thank you. Of course, you're very welcome. Can I go to bed without being woken up by a warning? Yeah, you should be good, John. Should be good. You're in the red zone. We'll literally be on lookout for a tornado. All right, sounds good, my friend. Yeah, we'll get through it. I'm sure we will. Like I said, I know for a lot of y'all, you're probably a little nervous about it, but it'll be okay. We'll get through it. I mean, it is a pretty big risk. Definitely something everybody needs to look out for. And especially take it seriously. But, like I said, also, I mean, not everybody will see severe weather. I mean, there is a good shot for severe storms, definitely. But, more than likely, most everybody will be totally okay. Can I check on Dalton? Yeah, actually, we just got done looking at Dalton, Georgia here. Here, let's hop back over here. So Dalton is under a severe thunderstorm warning in effect here for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. They did have a tornado warning a little bit ago, but they've canceled it. That's no longer in effect here. So, Candy says, thank you. Of course. Good morning, XX. Good to see ya. You're in South Carolina. Gotcha. Yeah, South Carolina's got a pretty good threat, especially the more north you go, essentially. Everything says no weather radio just went off. Did it? Hold on. I don't see anything. Oh, tornado watch. That's what it is. It's not any imminent danger. Tornado watch means the conditions will be favorable for tornadoes, not necessarily you're under a tornado warning or anything like that. So, no, you're good. It's just for later on. What's up, Kim? Good to say good morning, everyone. Late night, yeah, really late night. Definitely been it's been a long night. I have a feeling it's going to continue to be a long one. Cleveland, Tennessee lost power. Do you have any friends or family out there, Christy? Is this considered for my friend? He's in South Boston, Virginia. Is he going to be all right? I'm sure he'll be fine. Here, let me pull this up here. Actually, you know what? We need to hop back over to this one here. Yeah, this area is in that level 4. Yeah, so that is in the moderate risk area here. We do have a 15% chance probability for tornadoes, a 60% chance probability for damaging winds, and a 5% for hail. So yeah, definitely need him to be weather aware out there. I mean, I'm sure he'll be all right. But definitely let him know what's going on. This is definitely an area that we need to monitor pretty closely. Let's see. Is there a risk of tornadoes in my state? See, Gainesville, Virginia. You know what? I know where Gainesville is. You know what? I grew up out there. You probably know where Manassas is. I literally was. That's Prince William County, man. That's my home county. That's where I was born and raised. That's crazy. But yes, this area is included. My dad's actually not too far. He still lives here. So we do have a 15% tornado threat here, a 60% chance for damaging winds here. I've been to Gainesville so many times. That's just crazy hearing you come from my neck of the woods where I grew up. Wow. Goodness. But yeah, please be careful, my friend. Let's see here. How does Hendersonville, North Carolina look? Let's see. Level 2, slight risk here. Yeah. We do have a level 2 out there by Hendersonville. Tornado probability 2%. Yeah, pretty low tornado probability overall. Let's see. Damaging winds, 15% risk here, and then hail, 5%. Yeah. No problem, free thinking. Updating for people texting me. Oh, okay. What about Taylor's, South Carolina? Taylor's. Actually, that's weird. It's right in the same area we were just looking at, actually. So this area is in the level 2 threat as well. 5% tornado risk and a 15% wind risk. So, XXs, thank you. No problem. Brendan Prince William once visiting DC. Gotcha. Yep, that's where I was born and raised. Lived out there like 20, I think exactly about 20 years of my life. Yes, indeed. Oh, wrong screen. But yeah, I lived out there for a while, and I lived in Kentucky, Oldham County for, was it about a little less than a year, actually. And then I lived in Florida here for, I think it's 3 years this year, yeah. But I visited down here a lot for months at a time. Media says, awesome, thank you. You're very welcome. See, hey, it's late, and I'm really worried. See, Grand Strand of Myrtle Beach. I live at the tippy top of South Carolina, where I saw the last red zone. Can I go run? Yeah, of course. Let's see here. Let me just pull up Myrtle Beach area here real quickly. So we'll hop back over this way. So yeah, you're up by this region. Okay, so we do have a level 3 threat out here. This has a 10% chance probability for tornadoes, which we do have, that SIG level 1 potential for tornadoes, maybe up to EF2 in terms of strength. In terms of damaging winds, North Myrtle Beach is in a 30%. We do have areas like Loris out there that's in a higher probability. But yeah, definitely got to keep an eye out there for that. And then the hail is a pretty low probability overall. Haley says Louisville. No, I never lived in Louisville. I lived near Louisville, but it was north of it. Is there still a tornado watch for Cleveland, Tennessee? Let me look. Let me look real quickly. Cleveland, Tennessee. Yes. Yep. We do. Weather radio just woke you up. Yeah, I'm sure it's waking a lot of people up, which is good. Definitely, which is good. And would definitely recommend having one if you do not have one. What the heck? Is my camera doing the thing again? Of course it is. We started learning in the last episode, or last live stream we did yesterday, that my camera's having problems now. I feel like I've always had like the curse for camera problems. What radar is this? This right here, this is Aguacero. WX.com. So if you want to check it out, you can get 20% off your first month with code NWW20. But yeah, no, this one's on Aguacero. They have a whole bunch of models and stuff like that. So let's see. Chris has got you. Yeah. All right, let's hop back over, y'all. We do have a tornado warning in effect for Fort Deposit, Alabama. We have 24 minutes left on this warning here. So bits of a heads up for you guys, I believe. Yeah, that's really the only tornado warning we have out there for now. Let's see if we hop up to the north. We do have a lot of wind reports coming through. EM reports tree down on power lines. A lot of trees down. There's definitely going to be a lot of trees down, a lot of power outages and stuff like that. In Northwest Florida, just got to watch issued how long do I plan to be live. Honestly, I have no idea how long I'm planning to be live. I'm a little bit tired. I mean, I need to get some sleep soon, but I'll try to stream a little bit more. Jessica says, what about Ringgold, Georgia? Ringgold. We have that tornado watch in effect still, but yeah, you already passed. The line's already passed through. Do I think the tornado watch in Cleveland will expire early? It's hard to say. Good grief, I need a tornado. Not tornado. Good grief, I need a new camera. Yeah, I do. One day, my friend, one day. I want to get me a good one too. I don't want to get me like a cheapy little webcam like I have. That's probably why it's dying. But one day we will. Let me pull up the sat real quickly, y'all. Yeah, definitely see where some of the deepest convection is over here in central Alabama. Impressive and fascinating how the Gulf is supplying all the fuel for the storm. Yeah. I mean, the Gulf really supplies a lot of the fuel, for the storms and stuff like that. And you have such a strong low that really pulls it up, deeper into the country and all, which is really, really neat. It really is. It is definitely pretty cool. All right. And we do have a lot of warnings still for like portions of eastern Tennessee, eastern Kentucky. All right, let's hop back down over here. See, tornado warning. We have about 21 minutes left on that one. What about Beckley, West Virginia? Let me look. Let's see what we got going on for Beckley. Beckley's under the wind advisory. Still a little bit of ways away from the line itself, but yeah, definitely got to keep an eye out there for it. We are going to see potential for wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, so we'll definitely keep an eye on that one. What's up, Oliver? Good to see you. Hope you are doing well. Derecho, right? Well, derecho is really just a strong line of storms that rolls through for several hours, which is kind of what this is, but I'm not sure if it'll be classified as one or not. Thank you so much. No problem. No problem, my friend. About Culver, Indiana. Culver, we are out of the... Yeah, we don't have anything going on severe weather-wise out here. You're right in the middle of that low. You're going to see probably some strong winds on the backside of that system, but you know, you're looking pretty good. Yeah, the main line is a lot further east of you and all that now. But anyways, friends, let's see, we're gonna hop back down here. Special marine warnings in effect. Yeah, we got some coastal storms over here by Florida popping off here. Do have a few of these guys. I really want to watch out for those prefrontal cells, like the ones that are ahead of the cold front. You know, just like that tornado warning that we do have in effect. You know, that's from a kind of a discrete cell. So we'll definitely be watching that guy. Let's see, this is warned here for the next 19 minutes. 19 minutes. Let's see. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. I got you guys. Yeah, if y'all have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. Like I said, we're here to help you guys. All right. I think you're going to bed when the tornado watch expires. Gotcha. Gotcha. What's up, T-Dust? Good to see ya. Buckle up and click thumbs up. I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you. All right. I'll tell you what, friends. I think I'm probably gonna take a little bit of a break here. Please tell me Louisiana's fine now. We do have some areas in eastern Louisiana that's in the warning still. East of New Orleans at this point. I mean, most of Louisiana is fine at this point. Yeah, once the line passes through, you'll be good to go. Yeah, it's really just that initial line, like I was mentioning, you guys, that you got to really look out for. Really tired mom wants me to pull up a zip code, of course. All right, so we are just ahead of the line here. Here, let's bring you guys back over here. So we're just ahead of the line. We do have a few showers to the southwest. The main line's still going to be just not too much longer before it hits you. And the line's mostly warned right now for like 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and stuff. So, yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on that. But yeah, like I mentioned, the main concerns, potential for damaging winds, and you know, we can't rule out tornadoes. But although the tornado threat, knock on wood, is kind of low right now. You know, it's there's not a whole lot of tornadic activity going on. Actually, matter of fact, the warning just got canceled. Really tired mom says thank you. Of course. You're very welcome, friend. All right, let's hop on back over to GR2 for a moment. You can really see just a whole line of warnings here. Quite a few of them. By the way, awesome merchandise link. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with it. A lot of people say that it doesn't work, but for me it works. Which is weird. I don't know why. I mean, look, it'll pull up for me. See? I don't get it. Do I think I can go to bed right now without being woken up? Where was your area again? I tend to forget these things, so I apologize. Let's see. So we have a lot of these warnings here. I mean, this is well east of Chattanooga at this point. Yeah, that's true. Redville or Redvide. Sorry. Apologize, John. Dude, you in Riceville, man. I've told you a million times, dude. You're good. You're good to go. I mean, the line is way past you at this point. What's up? I knew that name sounds familiar. Saying it's been forever since I've been here. Holy hi in WW. Good to see you, friend. Hope you're doing well. How's Dalton, Georgia looking now? Let me look. Let me pull up this real quickly. Dalton's good. Yeah, we the main line you can see is already passed through. East of there, though, we do have that warning in place though for like Chatsworth area. Yeah, there we still have that that severe thunderstorm warning and stuff in place. So, how's Chatsworth, Georgia? Let me look. Pull up Chatsworth, Georgia. Oh yeah, literally right in front of me. Yeah, Chatsworth. We are under a severe warning for wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. So keep an eye out there for that. Recommend staying indoors away from windows, but once once that line passes, which is about to, I mean you're mainly through it. I think the initial winds are probably over with at this point. But once this line passes through, you should be pretty much good to go. So, let's see here. Thoughts on what's coming for Walhalla, South Carolina? Is that how you say it? Walhalla. Let me look. We'll see what we got going on here. Yeah, you're still a little ways away out here. This area's in a level 2 slight risk. You're right on the edge of that 2%, but you're in that 2% tornado threat here. 15% wind, 5% hail. Thanks for keeping everyone safe. No problem, dude. What about Pickens County? Let me look. We'll see about Pickens County. Pull it up here for you. Oh, literally right here. Yeah, so we do have a that actually a special weather statement in effect here. This is for 40 mile per hour winds and 0.25 inch hail. So that's concern right now. Let me look. I'll pull up the composite. Yeah, we got a little bit of storms popping through. But the main storm is still a little bit of ways away. All right. Cody wants me to look at Hazelhurst, Georgia. Let me pull it up here real quickly. Hazelhurst, Georgia. Still a little ways away of it. Yeah, so it's still going to be a bit before it hits you. But we are in the enhanced risk, that level 3 threat. 10% tornadoes.